Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has been speaking ahead of his side's trip to Sevilla in the Champions League. It's live on talkSPORT tonight from 8 p.m. He said he has no issues with David Rayas' shaky start to life in goal for the Gunners.
When errors are part of football and mistakes happen from defenders, for strikers and for goalkeepers for sure. But that's the pressure of playing big clubs where you have to win and you have to be at your best and you have someone next to you that is pushing you. That's the debate and that's the beauty of the game as well. And the fact that you have other options is going to make those talks more frequent as well.
I do find with most managers, if not all managers, when the fans start saying, do this, don't do that.
They dig in.
Yeah, because they want to prove a point. And obviously, you know, you've got to prove a point. You've got to be strong as a manager. You can't seem to be doing what the crowd are telling you. But this is a big call, constantly picking David Raya.
Do you know what it is? But I think what the problem is basically Arteta came out and he said, gave that interview, didn't he? And he said, there have been times in games where tactically I've thought, you know what, 70 minutes, change the goalkeeper, like any other outfield player. So he said that. So now he's got fans looking at him going, well, David Raya, come 70 minutes, it looked a bit shaky. Put Aaron back. I know Aaron, I think he had a baby, so he wasn't on the bench for the Chelsea game. But there have been times where you go, okay, we'll get Aaron back in then. So
and he's not.
And he's not.
That's the problem,
so,
yeah.
But listen, I hope David Raya comes good and he shows a bit more stability. But at the minute, he's just a little bit ropey. But it's a big opportunity for Arsenal tonight. Sevilla are struggling at the minute. I think they've drew their last 3 in all competitions.
It's a tough place to go, you know.
It is a tough place to go, and it's fair. I was watching a bit of stuff on social media at the weekend. Sergio Ramos, up to his usual tricks. I think he slapped Bellingham in his face, grabbed somebody else. You know what I mean? So it's a good opportunity for Arsenal, but Arsenal need to perform better than they have been this season because I'm still yet to see the Arsenal, free-flowing Arsenal we saw last season.
Yeah.
But the only positive is that they haven't been beat yet. So, in the Champions League they have, but in the league they haven't.
Yeah.
But they've got to put that last performance right.
It is weird because you haven't lost in the Premier League.
No.
Yeah, you look at Arsenal and you go,
not played well yet.
It's weird, isn't it? I don't know if that's good or bad that you're close to the top of the Premier League, but you've not played well.
And still unbeaten. It's one of those where you'd expect Arsenal to get better. Like, it's not going to last like forever, is it? We're not going to keep playing this way and it's going to peter out. It will get better. But the reason as to why we haven't seen it yet, I don't know. But going into this game tonight against Sevilla, I think it's important that they somehow get a result. Real Madrid went to Sevilla at the weekend, couldn't get the win. Arsenal need to go there and do something about
that. Just going back to Aaron Ramsdale, I'm a big fan of his, right? And I thought there was nothing wrong with him, so I'm really surprised he was dropped. But obviously the manager doesn't fancy him. What do you make of Chelsea's links to him? In a couple of the papers today, Chelsea linked to him in the January window.
I'm surprised. Chelsea haven't come in for him. Who else could you say? Even United, probably Onana. I know you probably wouldn't, but I'd probably say that Ramsdale's better than him. He looked shaky, Onana.
Well, the thing is with Ramsdale, he hasn't done anything wrong.
The only one that people kind of point their finger at times was the Southampton one. Where he passed. I get that.
Yeah, and that was awful.
It was awful.
Right.
But he was pretty much faultless. There were times last season, and I put into question the Liverpool game, where he made save upon save. We went 2-0 up, Liverpool came back into it, and then Salah hits that shot, and he gets his fingertips to it.
It was unbelievable.
It was outstanding. So the fact that, and I've said it before to you, I think if they were bringing in an Edison or an Alisson, you'd go, okay, these guys are like top draw. So I can understand that. But it was never going to be a massive upgrade where you go, David Raya coming in, I see why he's brought him in over Ramsdale. It was never going to be that case. And now we're seeing that with some of the performances.
But when he brought Ramsdale in, eyebrows were raised. I think he paid
25 minutes.
Yeah, 25-30. And the keeper you had before was Leno.
Yeah.
And it was like, can he be that much better than Leno?
And he was.
It's a great decision.
Great decision.
So I don't really understand what he's seen in Ramsdale that he's gone off of now.
I know David Raya's very good with his feet, but again, I wouldn't say that he's like streets ahead of Ramsdale when it comes to his distribution. He's better on crosses apparently, but even the proof in that's a little bit like, okay, is he? So, but Arteta, he's got to, at some point, he's going to have to address it. If David Raya keeps making mistakes, which I hope he doesn't, then he's going to have to address this problem that he's caused.
The things like that, as an Arsenal fan, do they worry you at all that he's changing your goalie for what we both think is a worse goalkeeper than the one you've currently got? The Kai Havertz scenario, 60 million.
Thomas Partey not playing.
Yeah, that's bizarre as well. Your midfield three of Thomas Partey, Declan Rice and
Odegaard would be unbelievable.
But he's going against it. And then he played Thomas Partey right back.
Yeah, that was the start of the season. But when he brought on Partey against City in that midfield, everything calmed down. It just seemed really calm. It was Declan, Odegaard and Partey. Everything calmed down. I thought, we looked in control. The only thing, I'm hanging my hat on is that Arteta, he knows what he's doing. There's obviously a plan in place as to the Kai Havertz situation, as to the David Raya. I haven't seen it yet, but I hope it's coming.
Just a quick word about Jose Antonio Reyes, who of course tragically died in a car accident back in 2019. An Arsenal invincible, proper legend, won 3 Europa League titles as well for Sevilla. What memories do you have of him? How good a player was he, Benny? I
used to absolutely love him, and as you said, they got to rest his soul. When he came to Arsenal, the left foot, didn't know too much about him, but I can remember, I think it was, and Arsenal fans will remember, I think one game was against Chelsea, where he scored, either came on and scored 2 or he just scored 2, but one of them at Highbury, he got at his feet from about 25 yards, rocket. I think we beat him 2-1. He hit a rocket. And the other one was Middlesbrough in that invincible season. We're losing 3-1. I'm thinking, it's over. He comes on and changes the game, scores a goal, creates a couple as well. He was phenomenal. There
are some players that turn out for a club, and before they've even kicked the ball, you look at them, and the fans just takes them. A little bit, I'm not comparing the players, but a little bit like James Maddison turning up in a Spurs shirt. You know, he walks out and Spurs fans instantly love him. The same with Reyes, right? That just his swagger, the way he looked. He's a good-looking boy as well, and he was a fantastic player. There'll be fond memories, of course, from both sets of supporters tonight, won't there?
There will be, yeah. But Arsenal fans loved him. I'm gutted when he left. I was honestly, because I think he left Arsenal to go to Real Madrid. He went on loan first before he ended up at Atletico. But fond memories. Lovely left foot. Just could glide past people. Do you remember the goal Henry scored against Charlton where Jonathan Fortune's on his back and he back heels it? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Where Henry back heels it at Highbury. He's got someone on his back.
Oh, yeah, I do. And he stamps on the ball to back heel it, yeah?
Reyes was the one who done the turn, give him the pass.
Right, okay.
What a player.
Okay, what will the score be tonight, Benny?
Be tough, but 2-1 Arsenal.
You think so? You take a draw?
Yeah, I'll take a draw.
Win your home games, draw your away ones.
Yeah.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.